we will just continue on. Part 3, the concert from 2015 in Prague. Do I need tissues? I mean, she needs tissues for this one. I got scared. Usually she doesn't seem to have a cold.
Qui dove il mare luccica e dove tira forte il vento, sulla vecchia terrazza davanti al golfo di Sorrento, un uomo abbraccia una ragazza dopo che aveva pianto, poi si schiarisce la voce e ricomincia l'accanto. Te voglio bene assai, ma tanto bene sai, è una catena ormai che scioglie il sangue tante bene sai. Vide le luci in mezzo al mare, lì sono le notti là in America, sai, erano solo le lampade, la bianca scia di un'elica. Sentì il dolore nella musica, si alzò dal piano forte, ma quando vide la lucida di una nuvola gli sembrò più dolce anche la morte. Poi guarda negli occhi la ragazza, due occhi verdi come il mare, poi all'improvviso uscì una lacrima e lui credette di affogare. Voglio bene assai, ma tanto bene sai, è una catena ormai che sceglie il sangue tante bene sai. La potenza della lirica, dove ogni dramma è un falso, che con un po' di trucco e con la mimica, sai, puoi anche diventare un altro. Così diventa tutto piccolo, anche le sole notti là in America. Ti volti e vedi la tua vita come la scia di un'elica. Voglio bene assai, ma tanto bene sai, è una catena ormai
This is where I know I don't know the name of the song. I know I've heard it at least once, maybe more, but at least once. And it's that, you know, I'm pretty sure you know the part. The whole thing. Now, see, I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to take the song apart. But, I mean, for me, for, let's say, casual listener, fair weather fan. Not really. I mean, I'm, hearts and fire emojis all day, but not my main cup of tea. Yeah, it's cup of tea, black coffee. Yeah, no, similar ballpark, different ticket stubs. I'm just playing, but there's those moments, right? And when it, this is where whatever the person with the musical knowledge would say, whatever part of the song that is, or whatever term for the, it just picks up and just explodes that moment, or just if it's just the phrasing of the lyrical of the singing. I don't really know how to put it. I think you know what I'm talking about. And whew, it's one of the moments that's just grabs you and wow, it just pulls you right in. Which is awesome.
Merci beaucoup. Grazie. Merci.
Was the last song in Italian? Someone let me know.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that could make it okay. There's always one reason to feel not good enough, and it's hurt at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Memory seems to fill my veins. Let me be empty. Wait less and maybe I'll find some peace tonight. In the arms of the angel, far away from here, from this dark cold belly room, let me listen so that you feel you are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort. So tired of the street light, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back, and the storm keeps on twisting. You keep on building the lie that will make up for all that you lack. I don't make no difference, escaping one last time. It's easier to believe in the sweet madness of the glorious sadness that keeps me to my knees. in the arms of the angels, far away from here, from the stark cold of daily room, melodious and fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort
That is very good. Now, the hook got used in an animal rescue video. And unfortunately, this is why I struggle sometimes over here, because I was thinking to myself that how much that moment resonated with my feelings. And Ange is right. I probably don't have enough empathy for humans, but boy, do I have this spot for animals. And ooh, nah, this is really lovely and wonderful, and it helped a little bit. But I can't really get rid of that thought. And that's where it gets weird, because then I'm like, well, if it all fell apart, that would be a purpose. I would have a purpose. It's noble to be able to go rescue them. If it all burned down, maybe punishment was due. It really gets to me. I don't mean disrespect. I'm not. This is what happens. This is why I don't, it's better if I keep my mouth shut. But yeah, no, it really make me sad for hurt animals. That's weird, but that's what it did. I got no remorse, or I just gets me all like, okay, yeah, no, there would be a purpose to put an end to someone who thinks that's cool. So, yeah, there's what happens when we get the wrong song that sinks in. It's much better when I don't know what's going on. Because see, I don't waste my time keeping those thoughts to myself. I think the world is ugly. I think it's ugly, incredibly ugly, and then people pick sides. And I just think you can pick whatever ugly and horrible you want. I think we should address the hearts of humanity are willing to do ugly things. Not which one is my favorite cause right now, but why is it so easy to look away from someone who is horrible? It's not my place. Well, of course it's my place. If they're psychopathic, they're psychopathic. They deserve and should have nothing less than the full weight of the world come down on them. We don't, there's no point in history where the insanity and crazy people get to live and coexist with people struggling to just survive. And that's what that stuff does to me. It makes me think of the world that exists that we're not willing to talk about. And I'll give Miss Fabian credit. She's addressed some of those issues. I did. And remember, I went down the entire Madame Zhivago. I went the super controversial one. I've seen the school, the kids one. It's So as crazy as it is this moment, I actually don't think, given the right set of circumstances, that this wonderful artist and I couldn't find common ground to talk about some of the darker things. It's wonderful that the lighter side of the world exists. I constantly make jokes about putting it on a Hallmark card and sending it out there. But for every Hallmark card, there's a pile of ashes. There might be more ashes than Hallmark moments. And that was the main reason I got into the gig. Counteract some of the darkness. Try, hope to. Maybe say that one thing at one moment that yeah, that's not really appropriate behavior anymore. I'm kind of tired of tolerating that in my life. No, you seem like, no, stop. You're choking this, whatever. You know, but sometimes you just got to escape too. I was trying to escape, but that happened. We better go on one more so I don't ruin the whole experience. Maybe too late. Whoops, I pushed stop and not play. Pretty sure I ruined it.
Donc Lara Fabian, je pense que vous êtes au courant, une grande majorité de vos chansons parlent d'amour. Alors vous n'êtes pas la seule, hein. Dans l'histoire de l'humanité, je ne sais pas combien il y en a. Une grande majorité... Donc Lara Fabian, je pense que vous êtes au courant, une grande majorité de vos chansons parlent d'amour. Alors vous n'êtes pas la seule, hein. Dans l'histoire de l'humanité, je ne sais pas combien il y en a de chansons qui parlent d'amour. Vous assumez à fond?
Complètement,
Pourquoi?
complètement. C'est ma quête personnelle, mais enfin, est-ce que c'est pas la quête de la majorité des gens, je pense? Je crois qu'on cherche tous l'autre, quelqu'un avec lequel partager quelque chose, quelqu'un qui nous comprenne, quelqu'un qui finisse par nous connaître tellement bien qu'on n'ait même plus besoin de parler. Et ça peut se faire que dans l'amour réciproque. Voilà, donc c'est vrai que c'est un sujet pour moi inépuisable.
Ça veut dire que dans votre carrière, quand vous faites une chanson d'amour, quand vous écrivez, parce qu'on oublie toujours que vous écrivez, vous êtes interprète, mais vous écrivez, une chanson d'amour, ça va correspondre aux questions que vous posez à ce moment-là?
Oui, ou peut-être à une époque, aux amours que je vivais à ce moment-là, c'est vrai. Ouais. Donc quand je dis c'est ma quête personnelle, c'est aussi une recherche. Dans la musique, j'ai essayé de trouver les mots qui parfois me manquaient. J'ai pas toujours été très douée en fait en amour, j'ai pas toujours bien aimé, je crois. Et la musique m'a permis de traduire parfois ce que je n'arrivais pas à dire.
Et si vous permettez d'en parler, parce que c'est public, ce qu'on se dit, c'est parce qu'on sent qu'il y a un dénouement heureux.
Oui, il y a un dénouement très heureux.
Parce que vous dites, j'ai pas souvent été chanteuse d'amour.
It does not escape me, the rant I just had and then this discussion here. And there's the other side of my rantiness. There is love, care, and morally sound decision makings that are gifted by the universe. You don't have to be taught that it's wrong to take something that's not yours. You don't have to be taught that without yourself being in harm, you shouldn't be hurting anything. And then this, I won't get into the gray area of domestication and eating animals. And it all gets complicated, doesn't it? But in the end, I believe love, which I believe is complicated, not a single word any way whatsoever. Especially if we're talking about that love that I have like with my best friend and partner and other things. Oh, that love's a lot different than the love I had for my mom or I had for my brother or I have for Pancho. I tend to use care. I think the world longs for care and variable offshoots of care can be defined by love, but I find it incredibly complicated, right? I've always wanted, if I had one discussion that I would be willing to have, I don't think love is a thing. I think love is the simple way humans interpret the 1,000 points of light that is care, hope, morally sound decision making. The best of us in our interactions with each other and the world around us resonate universally with this word love. But as per my rant, psychotic people love doing evil things. And there is no way that that feeling is the same thing I feel for my mother. I will never accept that. There's not a Hallmark card that can convince me of it. I did not expect a real reaction to come from this today, but here we are. And in no way am I indicting love. I believe I was clear. I believe that care for others is the most noble thing we can do. And that care, see? Takes many, many different forms. And then it's just the easiest way to explain this magical feeling. Because you can't put it in a can. You can't buy it. It's not shipped to you. Uber ain't dropping that stuff off. And we complicate our lives by trying to understand the intangible feelings that are all too real. So I'm a little grateful. I hope the interpretation is right, because when we first started, I got to hear the super fans explain how she had some bumpy, I don't know, I'm not saying affairs. I don't know nothing about her love life except there were some bumps in those roads and things, right? And that's pretty real too. So I believe, sometimes I don't know. I'm very intrigued, but I'm hoping that my part isn't just crazy either. I think it's weird that this is what they're talking about right now.
J'ai pas toujours été très douée en fait en amour, j'ai pas toujours bien aimé, je crois. Et la musique m'a permis de traduire parfois ce que je n'arrivais pas à dire.
Et si vous permettez d'en parler, parce que c'est public ce qu'on se dit, c'est parce qu'on sent qu'il y a un dénouement heureux.
Oui, il y a un dénouement très heureux.
Vous dites, j'ai pas souvent été chanceuse en amour, ou en
Oui.
tout cas, j'ai pas fait bien les choses, c'est pas ce que
Oui.
vous dites, mais on sent que si vous le dites, c'est avec une petite sérénité.
Aujourd'hui, oui. Parce que j'ai compris que l'amour vrai était réciproque. Point. Il n'y a pas de jeu en amour. Il n'y a pas cours après moi que je
I think that's funny. I don't know how accurate the translation it is, but the true love, that it changed, right? There's what's a false love, true love, burning love, smolder. I mean, all the levels. And I segued in that last part because I don't think lust and love are anywhere close to the same thing. I think one comes from a very specific area. The other is not a real word. I mean, it is. We use it mostly correctly. I think, poetry. I'd say there's volumes of poetry that would co-sign on this. Something so easily to put to word and rhyme and find enjoyment and entertainment in, but then endlessly expressible from just personal variance, personal differences. I just find it so interesting.
t'attrape, il n'y a pas ça. Il n'y a vraiment pas ça.
Moi je te suis, si moi je te fuis.
Voilà.
See?
Voilà, il n'y a pas ça. Il y a quelque chose d'une grande simplicité qui permet le dialogue, un sentiment d'appartenance très fort.
Sorry. I have
Voilà.
actual love for the cat, so he's like important.
Il n'y a pas ça. Il n'y a vraiment pas ça.
Si moi je te suis, si moi je te fuis.
Voilà, il n'y a pas ça. Il y a quelque chose d'une grande simplicité qui permet le dialogue, un sentiment d'appartenance très fort. Et je dis pas quelque chose d'immuable, d'éternel. Il n'y a pas de... Enfin, pour moi, il y a...
Fusionnel.
Non, ça peut être dangereux, justement. C'est là que je disais, j'ai parfois mal aimé. Je suis quelqu'un de passionné, c'est vrai. Mais j'ai compris que dans l'amour, il y a des étapes, voilà. Et que chaque moment, chaque étape a son intérêt, a sa force. Et c'est pour ça que j'arrive à écrire encore aujourd'hui à ce sujet-là. Parce que ça m'interpelle, cette faculté qu'on a. Je pense qu'en amour, on est capable de devenir meilleur si on est à l'écoute de ce qu'est vraiment l'amour. Et moi, ça m'est arrivé. J'ai le sentiment que l'amour vrai, ça...
Oh, see, now is that what, if that's exactly the translation, then that's my point. If you are pulled into let's say lust, infatuation, and a little chemical imbalance that creates this euphoric state, because of the social contract with the word love, true love not escaping me up there on the screen, we convince ourselves that we're chasing something, then I think what we do is we have used the poetry and prose of love to justify very poor decisions made with our heart and our crotches. Yeah, no, I believe that. Because I think it would be safe to say that there is a whole group of individuals who place a possession on a pedestal. There's no partners in that deal. There's a trophy. And so I find this very, very interesting, and this is what we do during metal songs, is this. Because it's way more fun. I can listen to the radio any place I want. I wanted to reflect upon, I love when our artists have conversations. Now, what can we make of that all? This, even though it's kind of crazy, all came together because, someone used an emotional song in a video. And then Miss Fabian sang it, and I went to kind of a dark place. But then she was talking about love. That is all aspects of the emotional rage. That's awesome.
Ça a fait quelque...
That was awesome.
Ça m'a rendu meilleur.
And I obviously went really long, but I don't want to lose people, but this is what I do. This is why I always seem regretful when I'm here, because I'm like, yeah, what can I make of it? The horrible atrocities in the schoolroom video, I got mileage out of that. That was the most important Miss Fabian thing I ever did. Mademoiselle Zhivago, the most important part of her journey that I got to experience for me, because the substance was so overwhelming. Well, I just have nothing but respect. She's a hell of a singer on the side. But do you see why that part doesn't matter? Because Dan Vask sang one of my favorite songs today, and his range is pretty impressive, right? It's all subjective. But the deeper universal connections to us all and the meaning of some of this stuff, that's not very subjective at all. But, nuanced, we'll go with that. Complicated. Sorry, I don't mean to be a a-hole. I'm just complicated. And that was in an Ace of Rock song, so it's been a long day already. I will less lip, more listen, less next time around. When we get back to the 2015 concert in Prague, it's definitely the interview section I'm going to enjoy the most.